The wisdom of the world isn't confined to Western philosophy. For centuries, non-Western cultures have developed profound sayings that capture the essence of human experience. Yet these pearls of wisdom often lose their richness when stripped of their cultural context. Today, we're exploring the depth and beauty of non-Western proverbs and quotes, examining their origins, meanings, and why they continue to resonate across generations and borders. When we encounter a quote from another culture, we're not just reading translated words. We're glimpsing an entire worldview shaped by history, philosophy, and shared experiences. The true power of these sayings emerges when we understand the soil from which they grew. Let's begin our journey in China, home to one of the world's oldest continuous civilizations and a treasure trove of philosophical wisdom. Chinese proverbs, known as yanya, have been guiding behavior and thought for thousands of years. Many of these sayings emerged from ancient philosophical traditions. Confucianism emphasized social harmony and proper relationships. Taoism focused on living in accordance with nature's way. Buddhism brought insights about suffering and impermanence. Together, these traditions created a rich tapestry of wisdom that continues to guide millions today. Consider this famous saying, "Qian yi zhi hing, shi yu zu xia. Qian li xing, shi yu xia." In English, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. While many Westerners recognize this phrase, few know it originated with Laozi in the Tao Te Ching, written around the 6th century BCE. This isn't just about physical journeys. It's a profound reminder that even the most daunting tasks become manageable when broken down into small actions. The Chinese educational tradition has produced numerous proverbs about learning. 学如逆水行舟，不进则退，不进则退 translates to, learning is like rowing upstream. Not to advance is to drop back. This captures a fundamental truth about knowledge. It requires constant effort and vigilance. In a culture that has valued scholarship for millennia, this saying reminds us that learning isn't passive, but demands continuous engagement. Similarly, 活到老，学到老, live until old, learn until old, emphasizes that education isn't confined to youth, but extends throughout life. This perspective contrasts with some Western approaches that compartmentalize education to specific life stages. The Chinese view sees learning as integral to human existence at every age. Chinese wisdom also offers profound insights about time and its passage. Guang Sijian, Riyue Ru Suo, Suo, compares time to an arrow and months to a shuttle, weaving through fabric. This vivid imagery conveys how swiftly our lives pass, a universal human experience articulated through distinctly Chinese metaphors of archery and weaving. When it comes to perseverance, few cultures have expressed it more beautifully than the Chinese tradition. Shengji Muduan, Suidi Shuchuan, Shudi Chuan observes that a rope can cut through wood and water drops can penetrate stone. This isn't just poetic, it's a profound statement about how consistent effort, however small, can overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles. The theme continues with Bingdong Sanchi, Fei Yiru Jihan. Fei Ri Jihan. 3 feet of ice is not formed in a single cold day. This proverb reminds us that significant developments, whether positive achievements or serious problems, don't materialize overnight, but accumulate gradually. It's a call for patience and perspective in assessing both successes and challenges. Chinese culture places immense value on family harmony, reflected in sayings like 家和万事兴. If the family lives in harmony, all affairs will prosper. This isn't just sentimental, it reflects a fundamental social philosophy where family serves as the foundation for broader social order and personal fulfillment. The concept of gratitude appears in Yin Shui Si Yuan. When drinking water, remember its source. Beyond literal interpretation, this proverb encourages acknowledging those who have helped us along our journey. It's about honoring origins and maintaining humility despite success. Relationships feature prominently in Chinese wisdom. Huannan Denting. Hardship reveals true friendship. Echoes sentiments found across cultures, but with distinctive Chinese emphasis on loyalty through adversity. Meanwhile, 有缘千里来相会, Yuan Duimen Busanfeng. Wu Feng speaks to the mysterious nature of human connections, suggesting that meaningful relationships transcend physical proximity. Chinese wisdom also cautions against forcing outcomes. A forcibly twisted melon won't be sweet uses agricultural imagery to convey that authentic results can't be coerced. This reflects a deeper philosophical appreciation for natural development and organic processes. The relationship between failure and success appears in Shibai Nai Chenggong Jimu. Failure is the mother of success. While similar sentiments exist worldwide, this Chinese formulation specifically frames failure as generative, not merely a stepping stone, but the very source of eventual triumph. Moving beyond China, we find equally profound wisdom across Asia. In Japan, the concept of wabi-sabi embraces imperfection and impermanence. This isn't captured in a single quote, but permeates Japanese aesthetics and philosophy. It teaches us to find beauty in the incomplete and value the marks of time, a perspective increasingly relevant in our perfection-obsessed digital age. From India comes the Sanskrit saying, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is one family. This ancient concept from the Maha Upanishad reflects a universalist perspective that transcends national and cultural boundaries. When Mahatma Gandhi said, "A nation's culture resides in the hearts and in the soul of its people," he was drawing on this tradition that places human connection above superficial differences. African wisdom traditions offer rich perspectives on community and interconnectedness. The Ubuntu philosophy, expressed in phrases like, "I am because we are," presents a view of humanity fundamentally different from Western individualism. When Kofi Annan, the Ghanaian diplomat who led the United Nations, said, "We may have different religions, different languages, different colored skin, but we all belong to one human race," he was articulating a worldview deeply rooted in African communal traditions. Middle Eastern proverbs often emphasize patience, faith, and hospitality. Patience is the key to relief, reflects the Islamic value of sabr, or steadfastness through difficulty. This perspective sees endurance not merely as stoicism, but as active spiritual practice leading to eventual liberation. In Latin America, sayings like, "Dime con quien andas y te diré quien eres," "Tell me who you walk with and I will tell you who you are," highlight the importance of community and association. This reflects cultural values that prioritize collective identity and social relationships over isolated individualism. These diverse traditions share common threads despite their unique expressions. They emphasize harmony with others and nature, value wisdom over mere knowledge, and recognize life's inherent impermanence. Yet each tradition speaks with a distinctive voice shaped by its historical and cultural context. Today, these ancient sayings find new relevance. In our hyper-connected world, Chinese proverbs about patience counterbalance our demand for instant gratification. African concepts of community offer alternatives to digital isolation. Middle Eastern emphasis on hospitality reminds us of human connection in an increasingly virtual landscape. Social media has given these sayings new life, as quotes circulate globally, sometimes divorced from their origins. While this broader exposure is valuable, it risks reducing profound cultural wisdom to decontextualized soundbites. Understanding the full cultural background enriches our appreciation and application of these insights. Business leaders increasingly draw on non-Western wisdom traditions. Japanese concepts like kaizen, continuous improvement, have transformed manufacturing worldwide. Chinese strategic thinking from the art of war influences corporate planning. These applications demonstrate how ancient wisdom can address contemporary challenges. Educational systems are also incorporating diverse philosophical traditions. Students exposed to multiple cultural perspectives develop more nuanced critical thinking and greater cross-cultural competence, essential skills in our globalized world. For individuals, engaging with non-Western wisdom offers fresh perspectives on personal challenges. When facing setbacks, the Chinese view of failure as the mother of success provides encouragement. When struggling with time management, the Buddhist emphasis on mindful presence offers an alternative approach to Western productivity models. The environmental crisis has led many to rediscover indigenous wisdom about sustainable living. Native American perspectives on intergenerational responsibility and harmony with nature provide ethical frameworks increasingly relevant as we confront climate change. As we navigate an era of cultural polarization, these shared wisdom traditions remind us of our common humanity. They reveal that across vastly different societies, people have grappled with similar questions about meaning, purpose, and right living. The study of non-Western proverbs isn't merely academic. It's a practical tool for expanding our mental horizons. Each saying offers a window into another way of seeing the world, challenging our assumptions and enriching our perspective. Consider how differently we might approach challenges if we embrace the Chinese concept that 3 feet of ice doesn't form in a single cold day. This perspective encourages us to recognize that both problems and solutions develop gradually, fostering patience and strategic thinking rather than quick fixes. Or imagine how our relationships might transform if we applied the African concept of Ubuntu, seeing our identities as fundamentally interconnected rather than isolated. This shift could reshape everything from personal interactions to policy decisions. These wisdom traditions also offer psychological resilience. The Japanese concept of gaman, enduring the seemingly unbearable with dignity, provides a framework for facing hardship that differs from Western approaches focused on overcoming or eliminating suffering. For younger generations navigating unprecedented global challenges, these ancient perspectives offer tested wisdom. They provide ethical frameworks that have sustained communities through centuries of change and upheaval. As we conclude our exploration, remember that these proverbs aren't museum pieces, but living wisdom. They continue to evolve as new generations apply them to contemporary challenges. Their endurance testifies to their profound insight into the human condition. The next time you encounter a proverb from another culture, pause to consider its origins. What historical circumstances shaped it? What philosophical tradition does it reflect? How might understanding its context deepen its meaning for your life? In a world often divided by difference, these shared wisdom traditions remind us of our common humanity. They invite us to see beyond cultural boundaries to the universal questions and insights that connect us across time and space. As a Chinese proverb reminds us, if you want to know the road ahead, ask those coming back. The wisdom of cultures that have navigated centuries of human experience offers invaluable guidance for our journey forward, if only we have the humility to listen and learn.